A lot of successes. Have you ever bombed?
Yeah.
Let's hear that story.
Aggressively.
Do you need that water on the other side, James?
Here.
There we go.
Everyone's bombed. Everyone's had horrific bombs. And
yeah.
I mean, if you haven't, then
does it leave you questioning your career?
Oh,
just one bomb after you've had 100 successes and one bomb, and you're like, I can't do this.
Well, it's at a certain point in your career. I had a bomb recently that made me question my entire life.
Really?
Hassan Minaj hit me up, and he's like, "Yo, you want to come do a spot on my show?" I was like, "Easy, done, son. Let me show you what greatness looks like."
Oh no, undeniable.
I'm undeniable. And I ate a hot dick.
Ooh.
And as I got off, he was like, "Hey, I got a different audience." He saw it. He was like, "It's tough. It's a little different than your audience."
Is his comedy different than yours? Or
his comedy is very smart, and it's very multicultural and very inclusive. I'm not saying I'm not inclusive, but I make jokes. Like I make jokes in my new special. I make jokes about my wife. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know me, and it's not, and by the way, I think at the time I was doing it wrong because you're in front of your fan base, so you're doing the joke about your wife to your fan base who knows your wife.
They know, yeah,
and they're like, he loves her.
Your story,
but if you don't know me and you're like a 21-year-old East Indian child who works at a computer tech firm,
right,
and who's like, oh my God, why did he take his shirt off? And they're like, he just killed a beer. He just murdered a beer. Oh my God. Like he's going to throw up. He's going to throw up on the audience. He doesn't like his wife. Oh my God. He said his wife's old. She's only 54.
Right.
Which is old. It's old. But God, why would he say that out loud? It went so poorly. And everyone around, I think Tim Dillon saw it. I mean, like everyone was like, good God. I had to shoot a special. I had to do the Forum in 2 days.
Ooh.
And I was like.
With that on the heels of that.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, the worst bomb ever. Miami, Florida. I go up. Leanne was pregnant with Isla, so this is 2006. It's summer. She's about to give birth. Now I'm gonna have 2 kids, and I think I'm killing it. What I was doing was replacement sets. So the improvs would call up at the last minute and go, "Hey, $900. Can you get to Miami this weekend?" Mm-hmm. And I go, "Yeah, of course." So I go to Miami, and they double booked me with this really talented comedian, Steve Trevino. Steve is Mexican. Steve brings an opener, DJ Cooch. Shout out to DJ Cooch. DJ Cooch is Mexican, and the opener is Ricky Cruz. He's Cuban. So there's an entire Latino show with one person who's supposed to close the show, me. I go last, and my name just happens to sound like a hate crime. Especially to a bunch of people who can roll their R's. Bert Kreischer. It sounds horrible.
Yeah.
I do the first show Thursday. No one's really there. It's fine, right? Not that bad. Right. I kind of survive. It's cool. Everyone does okay. First show Friday, I remember Pitbull was in the audience. And I was like, oh, cool, man. Can't wait to meet Pitbull. He's going to be my boy. He's going to see me do stand-up. He's going to love me. Yeah. I go up. I had a collared shirt on. This is before I was taking my shirt off. And I started bombing so hard that I started getting flop sweat. And it dripped off my nose and it landed on my navy blue shirt and it got darker and the whole room went, oh.
He's sweating.
I bombed for 1 hour. For 1 hour.
Just quiet?
Dead silent. We had 2 shows. I bombed the second show just as bad. Just as bad.
Yeah.
I used to, at the time, I'd take my shirt off and then put it back on. And I just was like, I mean, it was like I'd take my shirt off in silence. And then I'd slowly put it back on like a male stripper no one ordered. Just slowly dressing like a one-night stand we both regretted.
Oh,
God. and then on Saturday, I was lost. And Leanne showed up like Friday night. She was like, "How's it going?" I was like, "Fuck off." And Saturday, I go, "That won't happen again." And I just was very candid with myself. I was like, there is a language barrier here. Like no one in this audience was speaking English.
Okay.
Like it was either you were either Haitian or African American or Bayesian or Cuban or Puerto Rican or Venezuelan, but there was no collective unconscious with us that we all remembered the same stuff growing up, especially with me.
Yeah.
Like when I remember Steve had a joke about chunkless and it's like a flip flop, I guess.
I don't even know what that
I don't even know
is.
what the fuck it is. But he said chunkla and the place went goddamn bananas. I go, what the fuck's a chunkla? I'm not going to do well.
God.
Yeah. I was like, did you guys watch The Real World? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah.
So I said, I got on stage and just was like, I real slowly, I put a table on stage. I had Steve say, I go, Steve, you got to tell them I'm okay. Like you got to bring me on stage
Right.
and say, I'm your friend. He's really
Vouch
funny.
for me.
Let them
Yeah.
give me a chance.
Yeah.
So Steve brought me on, and gave my name like with a little bit of Spanish swing. Bert Kreischer. I bring a table on stage and 3 stools and a bottle of tequila. And I go, all right, I've been performing here for 2 nights and I am not doing well. And I said, quite honestly, I think there's a language barrier. So I would like to bring translators on stage to translate my jokes. I said, I need a Cuban guy, like really Cuban guy.
Yeah.
And then this dude comes up and he's got like a Guayabera on and he sits down. I go, I need like the blackest black dude in here. I need gold fronts. I need a Zopound black motherfucker.
Yeah.
This black dude gets up. I said, awesome, gentlemen, let's make a cocktail. And the room's kind of like fun. And they're like, what's going on? I pour a drink and I said, all right, here's our first joke. I was talking to a young lady at a bar. And this guy goes, man, I come in this guy like, and the place goes bananas. And the black guy goes, can a player get some conversation? And the place goes crazy. And it was like so of the moment and everything. I mean, I was like, and then it just became the 3 of us. I'm just doing crowd work with these 2 dudes. I was like, do you know the best way to eat pussy? And the black guy would be like, no, I don't do that shit. And then the one guy goes, oh, you put your lips right next to it and you go, brrr. I mean, it was so fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, and so I did that for 4 nights. And then I started doing that every night on the road. Anything I did was wild and crazy. Because I was like, dude, I just want to kill so hard.
How'd you come up with that idea to have those guys up there?
I was defeated.
You just didn't know what else to do.
I was-
It was a lifeline, throwing something out.
I remember making a joke and this guy going like this. And I said, what is that? And he goes, I'm going to beat you with a baseball bat. And I was like, and I remember going, you must be Dominican. Yeah. And no one laughed. And I was like, oh, I don't think they know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it was like, and then I got a reputation at the Miami Improv for being the wildest guy that they'd ever had on stage.
Because of having the guys up there?
Oh, and then I brought gangbangers on stage. I brought a whole gang from a neighborhood right next to him on stage. We drank tequila. I would just like, when I went there, I was like, the room determines the energy.
Right.
And like you can go to Omaha and you can allow the room to help you determine the energy, but in that room, it determined the energy.
Yeah.
It's the same as doing like an urban club. It's like if you're a really white guy, now it's different for me. I can just do my act and there's a lot of similarities in our lives is that, you know, I think anyone that goes, oh, okay, I get what happened in your life, but then you were like, you had to, it was like a chi, like where you had to like kind of take their energy and use it with them.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's a tough position to be in, but it seems like the promoter or the club manager would know. I mean, he's asking you to come in to close. He should have known, right?
No. I remember we had 2 gangbangers in the front row, and I went to the manager that night. I said, hey, can you have them removed? And he said, they have weapons on them, so I'm not going to say anything. And I was like, wait, hang on. How am I supposed to deal with them? He goes, I don't know.
Okay, so you're on your own.
Oh, I remember I just brought them on stage and they showed their dicks.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that works.
One dude's name was Ray. I still think about that guy. He had the biggest dick. I think he was in Bang Bus. I'm not certain, but I think he might have been in Bang Bus.
I love that series.
I was obsessed with that series. I was obsessed.
What was like so?
Every step I take, I move my truth. Every time they tell me stop, I use. Every comment, hate that makes my feel. Gather up my energy and boom. I hear them talking, saying the way that I move is so reckless. That is a part of my mind I've been blessed with. Giving my blood, so I am relentless. My fault. They want someone to blame. They send their hate. It fuels my pace. I am Roy Tough. I am the change, the fuel in dirt. Feeling like Cam Hanes. Oh, give me the Mars. Nobody wants.